The internet has been running for the last few decades, and it has been running quite well.
Anything that happens on the internet, in principle, is globally accessible.
A lot of people are getting on the internet which might have not that good intentions.
It's one thing to be at a university and to know the people at the other university, and it's a different thing to have, hundreds of millions or a billion people and have no idea who's out there. I had the privilege of being involved from the very beginning.
The original idea when the internet was developed as a research project under the US military was to create a network which cannot be destroyed.
When we started, we did think about security, but we did not focus on it a lot.
It's able to absorb an enormous amount of change, an enormous amount of damage in one area and still carry on working. I mean, that's how it was designed in the first place.
In those days, the system was quite small and everybody knew each other, and if somebody had been attacking another system, they would have been found very quickly, because you know where the attack was coming from, and you call up the right person there and you say, please stop doing that.
We need to fight against spam, identity theft, phishing and other evolving types of crime on the internet.
If there is a threat, the threat is probably bureaucracy. It is probably the involvement of of intergovernmental organisations.
The internet should be for the public interest. It should not be captured by one group, and it belongs to everybody.
They regularly label it as US-controlled, inward-looking, and highly technical organization.
In Europe we say, well, it's governed by the states.
But that's a legitimate debate. That's not an easy question to resolve.
The question of who owns the internet is the wrong question to ask. Really, it's not a question of rights or responsibility or ownership. It's a question of responsibilities and public service.
I was in Russia a couple of years ago, and a senior official said, what would happen if the US took Russia off the internet?
There is no way to kill the internet just by one switch, because the internet is just literally, if you look at the definition of internet, it's an interconnection of networks.
The political reaction would be immediate, it would be very harsh, and also there would be workarounds instantly.
It is critical infrastructure now for the planet. It is something that many of us have a strong responsibility for our part for, and we do it for the better good of the internet and for the people as a whole.
The internet goes directly into the economy and policy and the, let's say, the individual life and freedoms of people.
Every so often somebody will say, at the time you were working on this, could you tell what was going to happen?
They need to be aware that changes are coming.
Who knows what's going to happen next?
Everything is proceeding exactly on schedule.